Hi, my name's Greg from TP Photography. So today I got the Sony Alpha A6300. I'm excited to try this new camera. I've given it a quick go around the house, taken the usual cat shots, things like that. I'm looking forward to trying it in a wedding situation soon. But I thought I'd make this video as the camera's still very new. I've seen a lot of videos where people use the Metabones adapter with various Canon lenses, but I've not seen anyone use the Sony A6300 with anything other than Canon lenses. Now, one of the things I think with an APS-C body is that you need lenses that fit it very well. So if you're using telephoto, then obviously you can still use A7200, or another lens that I'm really looking forward to trying out is the Sigma 50 to 100 1.8, which is going to be pretty amazing, I think. I'm really looking forward to trying that one out. But there's nothing in the Sony lineup at the moment that's sort of a standard zoom lens with a fast aperture. You're looking at the 1670 f4 OSS or the 18 to 105 f4G OSS lens. There's nothing in E-mount yet that's sort of 16 to 50 2.8 or anything like that. Now this is where a lens that I've been using for a while now, the Sigma Art lens 18 to 35 1.8. Used it on Canon, used it on Nikon. Really excellent lens. Now, one of the great things about the Sony bodies is that you can use it with an adapter. Now, Sigma have announced a MC11 adapter, which means that you can use the art lenses on Sony bodies, but that's not out yet. So I'm really looking forward to that, because apparently it's got all the same access to AF features that you get on the Sony bodies that you don't really get with the other third-party adapters. But for now, I've been trying this on the Commlite and the Photodiox adapter. The Commlite seems to work a little bit better at the moment. I'm guessing because the Sony Alpha A6300 is such a new camera and these adapters are a little bit older, then there's a little bit of a sort of issue with the lens sometimes, but in general it performs very well. So the autofocus speed is very fast. I've got a little video that shows you sort of the lock-on speed, which is, you know, actually really good. I think it's going to be even better with the Sigma adapter, and I can't wait to try that out. But this lens is absolutely pin sharp, and I think this really brings the APS-C cameras to life. You know, if I was shooting with a Canon or Nikon cropped body, this would be on my list of lenses to buy. You know, the 18 to 35 1.8, you've got a 1.8 aperture, you know, so you've got back that depth of field that you lose out with the smaller sensor. So, you know, you've got actually a little bit faster aperture than you would if you had a 2.8 zoom on a full frame camera. So, you know, this is an absolute must-have, I think, for an APS-C system. The fact that there's nothing native for the Sony cameras means that it's even more of an essential one. Now, you can see here it's a fair old size, but, you know, it's basically there's a little bit of a body attached to the lens in this case. The actual lens itself is this size. The rest is the adapter and the camera there. But you know, we can see how tiny this camera is. You know, I'm taking some test shots. I'll put them on the video. I say I've done a little video for how it focuses with this lens. You know, I think it's going to be perfectly adequate for what I'm doing for now. I am looking forward to the Sigma adapter, because I think it's going to be even better than this one. Obviously it's going to be completely compatible because it's a Sigma system. So what I'm looking for is to move over to this Sigma lens, the 18 to 35, and the MC11 Sigma adapter. I think that's going to be amazing. So thanks for watching. Have a look at the little video here, and I'll do a little talk over for you, and look forward to seeing what you think about the video. Hopefully it's helpful. You know, I've not seen anyone else comment about too much about the third-party lens support for the A6300 yet, so hopefully you'll find it useful. I'll try and test a few more lenses. The other one I've tested so far is the Canon EFS 10 to 18. That doesn't seem very happy with either the Commlite or the Photodiox Pro adapter, so you know, maybe that needs an update on the Metabones side, or maybe it's just going to be a case of it doesn't work very well, which is a bit of a shame, because obviously it's a really good lens. It works well on the other the A7 cameras. It's very good optically, so you know, I'm going to look at maybe just using it in manual mode. You know, it's not too much of a problem for that sort of thing. You do get the the focal length moves when you move the zoom, so I think there's a little bit of stuff there. Maybe it needs a firmware update, which you can't get on these ones unfortunately, but you know, we'll see as time goes on if there's any sort of more compatibility issues and things like that. So stay tuned. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, you know, any more feedback or anything like that. In general, I'm quite happy with how the camera's performing so far. The frame rates are really good, the autofocus seems quite good. You know, I've not really had a chance to do much in the way of tracking so far, but hopefully sort of at the wedding at the weekend and various other things, I'll get a bit more chance to sort of play with it while I'm taking the other photos as well. So here we've got the Sigma 1835. We're just taking some test shots in normal AF wide mode. You can see it's actually pretty quick to lock on. I'm going to change it here to flexible spot. Now I'm going to change it to flexible spot large because that should give us the best chance. I'm just going to move the point to the left so that we can do some sort of near and far a little bit easier on this wall here. So we're going to aim there, locks on, fires pretty well. We're at 2.8 here. You can see a little bit of hunting, won't really lock on there. Locks on fine there, fairly quick. Locking on again here. So you know, we're not, it seems to be a little bit variable. I'm going to zoom in here to 35mm, fast. So it's a little bit faster, it seems, at 35mm than it is at the 18mm end. You know, which isn't too much of a problem. But we can see here it's actually pretty quick at 35mm. So you know, it's not too bad. You know, a little bit of hunting here and there, but overall pretty good performance. I'd hope that when we get a chance to see what the Sigma MC11 is, that we're actually going to get even better performance than that. Here we have one of my brick wall in my garden. It's amazing, as you can see. It's a good way of seeing how we are across the frame. Nice and sharp here. Nothing more to say. Here's a few of the usual test shots of the cats. One at a wide 18mm, and then one zoomed in a little bit closer at 35mm. Focus was pretty quick on this. Sharpness is good. Certainly, you know, we're not losing anything by using the adapter. But again, I can't wait to try out the Sigma S. Again, I can't wait to try out the Sigma MC11 adapter with this lens. I think this is really going to help the lens perform at its best. Obviously it's going to be a Sigma own adapter, so it's going to really understand how this lens works and get the best out of it on this camera. So far the camera's been pretty good. I've really enjoyed using it. There's a few sort of slightly different usability things compared to the A7s that I'm used to. There's no dedicated exposure compensation dial, but I've changed in the menu so that the top dial is now exposure compensation, and the rear wheel changes the aperture or the shutter speed depending on which mode I'm in. So that now works fairly similarly. The camera has a battery door on the bottom, but no separate memory card slot. So like some other cameras, the memory card and the battery go in the same one. So if you're on a tripod and it's on a big base, then that might be a problem if you need to swap memory cards before you need to switch batteries, which is probably unlikely. But you know, it's worth mentioning as it's a little bit different to the A7 series, a little bit lighter as well. But the build quality seems pretty good. Well, so thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Many thanks. Bye bye.